Ever wonder why we fly so high? Have you ever looked out the window of an airplane, gazed at the world, miniaturized below, and thought, why are we flying so high? It's a question I've asked myself countless times, especially when the turbulence hits. It turns out, like most things in aviation, it's all about science. And what about that persistent myth of opening a plane door mid-flight? Could someone actually do it? Spoiler alert, it's not going to end well for anyone involved. We're going to separate fact from fiction and dive deep into the wild world of flying. So buckle up, grab your barf bag just in case, and get ready for a crash course in all things aviation. Let's talk altitude. Why do planes soar at 35,000 feet? The answer is surprisingly simple: fuel efficiency. See, the higher you go, the thinner the air gets. Thinner air means less resistance, and less resistance means less fuel burned. Think of it like swimming. It's easier to move through water if you dive deep and glide along the bottom of the pool, right? Same principle applies to airplanes. Plus, flying high means avoiding all that nasty weather we see down here on Earth. Nobody wants to hit a rain cloud at 500 miles per hour. So next time you're cruising at altitude, remember you're saving fuel and dodging storms. It's a win-win. Now you might be thinking, hold on, Mike, if the air is so thin up there, how are we supposed to breathe? Good question. That's where the magic of cabin pressurization comes in. See, airplanes are designed to mimic the air pressure you'd experience at a much lower altitude, usually around 5,000 to 8,000 feet. Think of it like a giant flying soda bottle. Air is pumped into the cabin, creating a comfortable and breathable environment for us passengers. Without it, we'd be passing out from oxygen deprivation faster than you can say emergency landing. So, next time you take a deep breath on a plane, thank the engineers who figured out how to bottle the air we breathe. Let's address the elephant in the cabin. That whole opening the plane door mid-flight thing. It's a scenario straight out of a Hollywood action flick, but in reality, it's about as likely as me becoming a brain surgeon. Here's the deal. Remember that cabin pressure we talked about? Well, that pressure inside the plane is way higher than the pressure outside at cruising altitude. It's like trying to open a sealed pickle jar that's been vacuum packed by a sumo wrestler. Ain't gonna happen. Even if you could somehow overcome the pressure difference, the force of the wind rushing past the plane would make it impossible to open the door. Trust me, you'd need superhuman strength, and even then, it wouldn't end well. So rest assured, folks, the next time you're on a flight and hear a strange noise, it's probably just a loose tray table, not a rogue passenger trying to recreate a scene from a movie. Section 5. When pressurization goes wrong, a cautionary tale. Now, while the chances of someone prying open a plane door mid-flight are slim to none, that doesn't mean cabin pressurization issues never happen. In fact, there have been a few harrowing incidents that highlight just how important this system is. One such incident occurred back in 1999 when a cargo door on a DC-8 cargo plane blew open shortly after takeoff. The sudden loss of pressure caused the cabin floor to collapse, tragically killing all 4 people on board. This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the vital role cabin pressurization plays in keeping us safe at high altitudes. It's a complex system with a lot of moving parts, and when it fails, the consequences can be dire. Section 6, Airplane Mode, on or off. The debate continues. All right, let's talk about something that's been a source of debate and confusion for years. Airplane mode. Do we really need to switch our phones to this mystical setting? Or is it all just a big conspiracy by the airlines to sell us more overpriced Wi-Fi? The answer, as with many things in life, is a bit complicated. Back in the day, there were genuine concerns that the radio signals from our phones could interfere with sensitive aircraft navigation systems. And while there's no concrete evidence to suggest this was ever a major issue, the Federal Communications Commission in the US decided to play it safe and ban the use of cell phones on planes. However, times have changed. Many airlines now offer onboard Wi-Fi, and the technology has advanced to the point where the FCC itself has even hinted at loosening the restrictions on cell phone use during flights. Yet the ban remained in place, partly due to logistical challenges, and partly because, well, nobody really wants to be stuck next to someone shouting into their phone at 30,000 feet. So for now, it's probably best to err on the side of caution and keep your phone in airplane mode. But who knows, maybe one day we'll be free to browse TikTok and scroll through Instagram to our heart's content while soaring through the skies. Section 7, the curious case of the bland airplane meal. We've all been there, unboxing that mysterious aluminum tray at 30,000 feet, wondering if the food inside is going to be edible, let alone enjoyable. Why is it that airplane food has a reputation for being so bland? Well, it turns out our taste buds actually change at high altitudes. The dry air and low pressure inside the cabin can reduce our sense of taste and smell by up to 30%. So that chicken parmesan that tasted delicious on the ground might end up tasting like cardboard in the air. Airlines know about this phenomenon, which is why they often over-season their food to try and compensate. But let's be honest, sometimes it's a losing battle. My advice, pack your own snacks or just embrace the blandness. It's all part of the adventure. Turbulence trouble bumps along the way. Let's be honest, folks. Turbulence is the part of flying that nobody enjoys. It can turn even the most seasoned traveler into a nervous wreck, gripping their armrests and praying for a smooth ride. But what causes these unexpected bumps and jolts in the first place? Well, it all comes down to air. Turbulence is essentially just unstable air, like the kind you might experience on a windy day. Only magnified at high altitudes, it can be caused by a variety of factors, including storms, jet streams, and even the air flowing over mountains. While turbulence can be unsettling, it's important to remember that it's rarely dangerous. Modern airplanes are built to withstand even the most severe bumps, and pilots are highly trained to navigate these rough patches of air. So next time you encounter turbulence, try to relax, buckle up tight, and remember it's just the air having a bad hair day. Autopilot, how much does it really do? Autopilot, the mysterious system that makes it seem like planes can fly themselves. But how much does this technology actually do? And how much control do pilots really have? Contrary to popular belief, Autopilot isn't some magical set-it-and-forget-it button that pilots can just flip on and take a nap. While it's true that Autopilot can handle many aspects of flight, such as maintaining altitude and direction, it's crucial to remember that pilots are still ultimately in control. Think of Autopilot as a highly skilled co-pilot that can handle the tedious tasks, freeing up pilots to focus on more critical decisions, like navigating around storms, communicating with air traffic control, and monitoring the overall safety of the flight. So while Autopilot plays a vital role in modern aviation, it's important to remember that it's just one tool in a pilot's arsenal. The human element is still essential for ensuring a safe and smooth flight. Brace for impact. What happens in an emergency landing? Okay, let's address the elephant in the cargo hold emergency landings. It's a scenario nobody wants to think about, but it's something that every passenger should be prepared for, just in case. The good news is that emergency landings are incredibly rare. Pilots undergo rigorous training to handle all sorts of in-flight emergencies, and airplanes are designed with multiple redundancies to ensure that even if one system fails, there are backups in place. But in the unlikely event that an emergency landing becomes necessary, it's essential to know what to do. The most important thing is to remain calm and follow the instructions of the flight attendants. They are trained to handle these situations and will guide you through the necessary procedures, such as adopting the brace position and evacuating the aircraft safely. Remember, panicking won't help. Anyone stay calm, listen to the crew, and trust that you're in good hands. Section 11. The future of flying innovations on the horizon. As we've explored the ins and outs of flying, from the science of altitude to the mysteries of airplane food, it's clear that aviation is a constantly evolving field. But what does the future hold for air travel? Well, get ready for some exciting developments. From supersonic jets to electric planes, the future of flying is looking faster, greener, and more efficient than ever before. Imagine soaring across the Atlantic in just a few hours, or taking a short hop across town in an air taxi that takes off and lands vertically. While some of these innovations might seem like the stuff of science fiction, they're closer than you might think. So buckle up, folks, the future of flying is about to take off. Have you ever noticed the unusual popularity of tomato juice on airplanes? It's a curious phenomenon that has intrigued many travelers and researchers alike. Surveys reveal that passengers consume significantly more tomato-based drinks during flights compared to their grounded habits. This spike in consumption is not just a minor increase. It's a substantial difference that has caught the attention of airlines and beverage companies. This isn't just a coincidence. There's a fascinating science behind why we reach for that glass of tomato juice when we're miles above the ground. There's something about the unique conditions of air travel that seems to amplify our craving for this tangy beverage. The cabin environment, with its lower pressure and humidity, plays a significant role in altering our taste perceptions. Some attribute this to the change in air pressure, which can affect our taste buds. At high altitudes, our ability to taste sweet and salty flavors diminishes, making savory and umami-rich foods like tomato juice more appealing. Others point to the dehydrating effects of cabin air, making the savory, refreshing qualities of tomato juice all the more appealing. The dry air in the cabin can leave us feeling parched, and the hydrating properties of tomato juice provide a much-needed relief. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. Tomato juice holds a special place in the hearts and stomachs of air travelers. It's a beverage that seems to transcend the ordinary, becoming a staple of the in-flight experience. This phenomenon isn't limited to plain tomato juice either. The versatility of tomato juice allows it to be enjoyed in various forms, catering to different tastes and preferences. Bloody Marys, a classic cocktail featuring tomato juice, vodka, and spices, are also a popular choice among passengers. The cocktail's robust flavor profile makes it a favorite for those looking to add a bit of excitement to their flight. The combination of savory, spicy, and tangy flavors seems to hit the spot at high altitudes. The spices in a Bloody Mary can also help to stimulate the taste buds, which might be dulled by the cabin environment. Perhaps it's the celebratory aspect of a cocktail, adding a touch of festivity to the journey. For many, flying is an occasion, and enjoying a well-crafted drink can enhance the overall experience. Or maybe it's simply the perfect blend of flavors to awaken our senses after takeoff. The ritual of enjoying a drink can also provide a sense of comfort and normalcy in the often stressful environment of air travel. Whatever the reason, the next time you find yourself on a plane, take a moment to observe your fellow passengers' beverage choices. You might notice a surprising number of them opting for tomato-based drinks. You might be surprised by how many are reaching for that iconic can of tomato juice. It's a small but telling detail that highlights the unique quirks of air travel. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of this humble beverage, even at 30,000 feet. So the next time you're offered a drink on a flight, consider joining the ranks of tomato juice enthusiasts and savoring a glass of this high-altitude favorite. The secret to tomato juice's high-altitude appeal might lie in a fundamental taste sensation, umami. But what exactly is umami? And why does it become more pronounced when we're flying high above the ground? Often described as a savory or meaty flavor, umami is triggered by certain amino acids, particularly glutamate. This taste sensation is one of the 5 basic tastes, alongside sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. It's the same flavor that makes foods like mushrooms, soy sauce, and aged cheeses so delicious. Tomatoes are naturally rich in glutamate, which contributes to their robust flavor. This high glutamate content is what gives tomato juice its distinctive umami taste, making it a favorite for many. However, the conditions inside an airplane cabin seem to enhance our perception of umami. The unique environment of an airplane, with its lower air pressure and reduced humidity, plays a significant role in altering our taste perceptions. The lower air pressure and reduced humidity can actually make our taste buds less sensitive to sweet, sour, and salty flavors. This is because the dry air in the cabin can dry out our nasal passages and taste buds, dulling our sense of taste. Umami, on the other hand, appears to be less affected by these changes. The savory taste of umami remains strong even when other flavors are muted. This resilience of umami makes it stand out more in the unique conditions of an airplane cabin. This means that while other flavors may seem muted at altitude, the savory depth of tomato juice shines through. The rich, full-bodied flavor of tomato juice becomes more pronounced, making it a more satisfying choice for passengers. Furthermore, the noise levels inside an airplane cabin can also play a role in our taste perception. The constant hum of the engines and the general noise of the cabin can affect how we perceive flavors. Studies have shown that loud background noise can actually suppress our ability to taste sweet flavors. This phenomenon, known as flavor-specific satiety, means that the constant noise on a plane can make sweet flavors less noticeable. This phenomenon, known as flavor-specific satiety, could further explain why the savory notes of tomato juice are so appealing during flights. When sweet flavors are suppressed, the umami taste of tomato juice becomes more prominent, making it a more enjoyable drink. The combination of these factors creates a unique sensory experience, where the umami flavor of tomato juice takes center stage. The interplay of reduced sensitivity to other tastes and the resilience of umami makes tomato juice a standout choice. This heightened perception of savory depth coupled with the qualities of the beverage, makes it an irresistible choice for many air travelers. The cool, savory taste of tomato juice can be incredibly refreshing, especially on a long flight. So the next time you find yourself craving tomato juice on a plane, remember that it's not just your imagination. There's a scientific reason behind it. The unique conditions of air travel enhance the umami flavor, making tomato juice a surprisingly delicious choice at 30,000 feet. The history of aviation is marked by both incredible triumphs and heartbreaking tragedies. Each accident, however, has served as a catalyst for progress, driving advancements in aircraft design, safety regulations, and pilot training programs. The result is an industry that has learned from its mistakes and continuously strives for improvement. One notable example is the 1958 mid-air collision over New York City. This tragedy, which claimed the lives of all passengers and crew on both aircraft, led to the creation of the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. The FAA's mission is to regulate and oversee all aspects of civil aviation in the United States, with a primary focus on safety. Another pivotal moment in aviation safety came in 1986 with the development of the Traffic Collision Avoidance System, TCS. This system, which is now mandatory on all commercial aircraft, uses radar technology to detect potential collisions and provides pilots with audible and visual warnings, along with specific instructions on how to avoid a collision. These are just two examples of how the aviation industry has transformed tragedies into opportunities for growth. By studying past accidents, identifying contributing factors, and implementing new safety measures, the industry has made remarkable strides in reducing the risk of air travel. Despite the public's perception, air travel is statistically the safest mode of transportation. Many people have a fear of flying, often due to the dramatic nature of aviation accidents when they do occur. However, the reality is that flying is far safer than many other common activities. When we examine the data, the numbers are overwhelmingly in favor of flying. The statistics show that the likelihood of being involved in an aviation accident is incredibly low compared to other forms of transportation. According to the National Safety Council, the odds of dying in a motor vehicle accident are 1 in 101. This high risk is due to the sheer number of vehicles on the road and the variability in driver behavior, road conditions, and other factors. In stark contrast, the odds of dying in an aviation accident are 1 in 921. This vast difference highlights the relative safety of air travel. This significant difference in risk can be attributed to several factors. One of the primary reasons is the rigorous safety protocols that the aviation industry follows. Firstly, the aviation industry operates under stringent safety regulations and oversight. These regulations are enforced by various national and international aviation authorities, ensuring that airlines adhere to the highest safety standards. From aircraft maintenance to pilot training, every aspect of air travel is subject to rigorous standards and inspections. Maintenance crews meticulously check and service aircraft to ensure they are in perfect working condition before every flight. Secondly, technological advancements have played a crucial role in enhancing aviation safety. Modern aircraft are marvels of engineering, equipped with state-of-the-art technology designed to prevent accidents. Modern aircraft are equipped with sophisticated navigation systems, collision avoidance technology, and redundant safety features. These systems help pilots navigate safely and avoid potential hazards. These innovations have significantly reduced the likelihood of accidents. Air traffic control systems have also become more advanced, allowing for better management of airspace and reducing the risk of mid-air collisions. Lastly, the professionalism and expertise of pilots and air traffic controllers contribute to the overall safety of air travel. Pilots undergo extensive training, including rigorous simulations, to prepare for various emergencies and ensure the safe operation of aircraft. This training is continuous, with pilots regularly updating their skills and knowledge to prepare for various emergencies and ensure the safe operation of aircraft. Flight attendants also play a crucial role in maintaining safety, conducting safety demonstrations, and being trained to handle emergencies. When we compare these factors to other modes of transportation, such as driving, it becomes evident why air travel is statistically the safest option. Driving involves numerous variables, including driver behavior, road conditions, and weather, all of which can contribute to accidents. It becomes clear why air travel is statistically the safest option. The controlled environment of air travel, combined with stringent safety measures, makes it far less risky than other forms of transportation. While no mode of transportation is entirely risk-free, the aviation industry's unwavering commitment to safety has resulted in an exceptionally low accident rate. This commitment is evident in every aspect of air travel, from the design and maintenance of aircraft to the training and professionalism of the crew. The aviation industry's unwavering commitment to safety has resulted in an exceptionally low accident rate. This dedication to safety ensures that passengers can travel with confidence, knowing that every possible measure has been taken to ensure their safety.